Crash Course DM.
Welcome to a very special episode of Crash Course DM. I'm Josh Greenway, the dungeon newbie and one of 5 Daggerheart newbies today. So, 4 actually, since Daniel's already played this. But joining me is an adventure party with our usual suspects, Chris, Daniel, Kyle, and Shea. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey.
Today, we're doing a 0 session for Daggerheart. We decided to playtest an open beta of it and are going to go through a version of the Sablewood Messengers adventure. So please submit any complaints about our behavior today to the comment section and any feedback about the game mechanics to daggerheart.com/play. Everyone's been given a heads up about the adventure. You've all built characters or filled in sections and leveled yourselves up. And I thought it would be fun to go around and maybe each of you introduce your characters and talk about who they are, maybe foundation, subclass, ancestry, community, abilities, experiences, any kind of notable features and backgrounds. Let's get to know the crew. And let's start with Chris Hilfigure.
Hi, I am Chris Hilfigure, and I've created a character. I am not using a gimme, and I created Aara Silverman. Aara is a wild-born fairy sorcerer, so she's tiny. She's a bug, and she has, as a sorcerer, a pretty high instinct, a +3 to her instinct trait, which is her spellcasting trait. As far as experiences, she has 3. These were very hard to choose, but since she's this sorcerer with just very high perception, I thought that she would be very calm under pressure, so that's her +2 experience. One of her +1s is a lifelong learner, so she's great at just learning on the fly. And then her other +1 when she leveled up was magically dexterous. So not really physically dexterous, but with magic, very proficient.
And what kind of bug is, you said Aara?
That's a great question. I hadn't really thought about that. I'm kind of thinking like a praying mantis situation.
Ooh, I'm with that. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards. Because she can fly. She has wings. So one of her traits is that she can fly. She has minor illusion as part of a sorcerer class feature. And I can also sense anything arcane. And then I've got some spells that I picked up and just a bunch of pretty cool stuff.
Nice. Awesome. Looking forward to seeing Aara get down to business. Right on. And we have Shea Ingram.
All right. Hey, everybody. This is Shea. So I am going to be playing a character named Croaks Mizzlequill. If that sounds familiar to you at all, that may be because you're thinking of Squeaks Mizzlequill from our one-shot in Manivarsha. This is indeed Squeaks. In his quest of learning every spell he could to try to find his lost brother, he accidentally turned himself into a ribbit, which is an anthropomorphic frog-type person. And he didn't think Squeaks fit his new physical appearance, so he changed his name to Croaks. This was partially I didn't want to create a brand new character. I wanted to try to port something over from 5e, but then realized there are no mouse folk in Daggerheart, so I'm instead an underborn ribbit wizard. Kind of grew up in a subterranean area of the city, kind of the sewers, which tracks for Squeaks, but now a frog and a wizard. Similar to before, his kind of driving force is searching for his brother, who went missing when he was a child. Through that, just trying to learn as much as he can about magic, and really just help people along the way if he can.
Awesome.
A whole backstory. Wow.
Well, it was it already existed.
Yeah. That's
I
cool.
kind of cheated. His experiences, I went pretty basic with these, I think. So Scholar, because he's always trying to learn more. Shadow Master, because he is used to growing up underground, so he's pretty good at sneaking around. And then the third one that I got when leveling up was just happy to help.
Oh, I like that.
I like that.
Happy to help. And then just, domain effects, chose some magic stuff. I had to do the fire one because that's the bonfire essentially. But yeah, it was pretty easy to kind of just map out what I had in 5e and then find close equivalences in Daggerheart.
So the port wasn't difficult for you at all?
No, not really. It was pretty straightforward. I think the most different thing were the experiences, because it is a more kind of concrete, way to use your character in the game. So just kind of settling on that. Yeah, I think that's all I got on Croaks.
Very cool. Very cool.
Croaks. All right, and Kyle Kane.
I'm Kyle Kane. Let me pop right in here. My character is, his name is Max Gladwell, and he is a loreborn ribbit guardian.
Ooh.
So always good to be in frog company. Looking forward to meeting Croaks. And he's a stalwart guardian. He's insecure about he has bulging eyes. He does. He's always been insecure about that. They're just always popping, even in calm situations. But hey, that's the life he's dealt. He's got long, skinny legs. Got to keep those protected. And his experiences, first and foremost, he's bodyguard, right?
Yeah.
Just with the stalwart.
Yeah.
He's an exquisite dancer.
Okay.
Those skinny
Long,
legs can move.
Spindly legs to use, yes. And he's a frog of his word.
Oh.
And what really drives him is he failed to protect his mother, right? And so his mother perished. And so he's taken on the embryos of his line, his little frog eggs.
Okay.
And he's got to travel to a spring and try to hatch those and keep the line going. And that's what's driving Mr. Max Gladwell at the moment.
Wow.
I forgot that they have that's beautiful. That is really a touching story.
Thank you.
They have the description in here under details. Did you all fill those out? Where it's like eyes like the color of...
Yeah. I just put dummy thick, and that was it.
I'm curious what everybody put. So
Wait, we haven't done Daniel's character yet.
Okay,
and then
go
we'll
ahead.
go around and loop on that. You're right, though.
go ahead.
Yeah, so my name's Daniel. I'm playing Marlowe Fairwind, the dummy thick loreborn elf sorcerer. Yeah, this is actually the gimme character. I don't think that's actually in the description, but if you look at the picture that they kind of give of the character, I'd say that's probably accurate. In this storyline, she is tasked by King Emrys as the one to uphold this quest and gather a group of adventurers. Outside of that, she is a royal mage, and her experience is not on my watch, whatever that means to you.
That's the only one. That's it.
Oh, right, yeah. And then she had one more, which I had to come up with because we leveled up to 3, which is calm under pressure. Similar to Chris's character, but differently. She's not calm specifically under, like, heavy pressures mentally. She has to be physically have a lot of weight on her for her to be calm, okay? So, like, if she has to deal with, like, strength-based things, like lifting, that's why she has, like, such great thighs.
Oh,
It's just
that's
all
why
the
she-
deadlifting
okay.
and squats.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like a weighted blanket.
Yeah, just the opposite of your character.
Undershirt. That's great.
Yeah, so Chris, let's go around and talk about some of the other like descriptions or traits of your characters.
So Aara, Silverman, the praying mantis fairy, eyes like aquamarine laced rubies is what I put in here. So they're just like blue and red. The color of the skin, I guess, the color of mahogany. So it's kind of like a brown mahogany. Clothes that are emerald green rivers through black robes. A body that's thin but tough. And attitude like a sage. Very calm and wise. What I had you guys had such great backstories. I didn't share any backstory here.
Mine was also pre-written, so that's why.
Yeah. Aara had a teacher for a long time, and when she was young, she started having these magical outbursts and like all of this just weird stuff that's happening to her, and didn't know how to deal with it. But this teacher came along and recognized her potential and kind of taught her her ways for years and kind of helped hone where she is now. But one day the teacher just kind of up and vanished. And so her goal right now is to kind of find this teacher and figure out what happened.
Okay, awesome. What are some of her connections to some of the other characters?
I did not do any of that yet.
Okay.
Because I kind of wanted to. I feel like these are things that I should ask someone else. I don't know.
That's fair. We can maybe figure some of it as we go around here at the
Yeah.
table too.
I was confused on the connections. Is that like to one specific person in the party, or is that...
each one of them you pick a character and say like so and so. I trust you with my life, and another person I once considered you close. Or so they've just sort of pre-built ways to have dispositions, or you can. It's just a way of like building more of a connection with the adventure party,
Building
so you
some
don't start as
backstory.
strangers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, okay. I didn't do that either.
Yeah, I
So
figured we would, if anything, probably do that together.
Yeah.
With the 0 session for, which we
Yeah.
are doing for once in person.
Build some
It's like
connections.
if I put like you're my closest one, but then you put you never trust other frogs,
Well, you're gonna have to write out why you trust him as your close one. Maybe you only trust frogs, and it's like a whole dynamic.
That's
there.
right.
Oh,
There's
that's
an
true.
essay
Yeah.
portion of this, so you have to keep justifying everything.
Okay. Perfect.
I will say I didn't know somebody else was also going to be a frog, and now I'm thinking of like how interesting it'll be for Squeaks because he wasn't always a frog. So like, I'm gonna really look up to you and like try to be getting some advice.
Yeah. Oh man, I have so many ideas. I'll just be. I don't want to.
Amazing. Okay, yeah, I'm very excited for the Squeaks and Max duo here to see what happens with that.
And then really quickly, just a quick disclaimer, Daggerheart isn't still an open beta playtest. If you want to try it, you can definitely go online and download it yourself off the Daggerheart website on Darrington Press. It is in active development, so anything here could change for the final product. Just public disclaimer that's on their playtest material that they want us to say if we ever put any content out so we don't get sued.
I like not getting sued. Yeah, that sounds good.
Cool. Anything else we want to talk about with our characters? We can maybe talk a little bit about what the adventure and the session's going to be.
Yeah. So this zero session is set up where Marlowe Fairwind gathers a group of adventurers to go on and to transport a package, unless something has changed, to a specific Whitefire Arcanist. What I want to know is, what do you think is how we all met? How did I come to recruit you all? Because you guys are all non-humanoids, and then I'm the only humanoid here. Maybe there's a particular reason. Maybe King Emerus possibly doesn't want any humanoids on here because he believes that one of them might be a spy within the kingdom. I don't know. Just pitching ideas.
Yeah. How did our adventure party come together?
I feel you're a sorcerer, right? Oh shit.
I am
more
a
time.
sorcerer.
You're a sorcerer, right? Yeah. So maybe we had an opportunity to like do studies together. Maybe we went to the same school. Maybe we're classmates.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're both Hufflepuff. We got sort of in the same house.
I think that my old teacher was probably one of your closest confidants. And so we kind of met that way. And so just through contact, we got to know each other. And
Like we were both interns in the same lab, but on like different like colleges. We were
Yeah,
just working on different
basically,
studies.
yeah.
Okay, I like that. I like that. So this
Yeah.
is like we got connected through our teacher mentor, our Gandalf mentor, some magical mentor.
some super
Yeah.
cool guy.
And that's how we got connected. And I was like,
Yeah.
hey, I got this quest and I can't have people that are within the kingdom doing it.
Yeah.
Maybe if you want to come along and help me out.
Yeah,
Cool.
definitely.
So maybe you guys met through your shared Gandaldor, and then maybe like the Ribbits also know each other from before the like adventure.
Well, I guess my first question is so Squeaks became a frog.
He turned himself into a frog
Turned himself-
inadvertently. Yeah.
Okay. So he turned himself into a frog. But you were already a frog, right, Kyle? Croaks?
I've always been a frog.
Well, that's
Yeah.
Max.
No, yeah,
Max.
Max and Croaks. Okay.
They'd be a killer lawyer duo, by the way. Max
Yeah.
Croaks at law. Anyway.
Oh.
Maybe this was like shortly after the transformation, and I was just having a really hard time coping with it. And I was probably just at like a local tavern drowning my sorrows, and happened to look over, and maybe there was another ribbit at the bar, who just had like the confidence and swagger that I was like, oh, maybe I can learn. Maybe I can live to be comfortably in this body with some advice.
Breakdancing on the
Yeah,
floor. and you're
back
like
from the dance floor. Sure.
yeah, there you
I
go.
had to refill my egg container. Swap out the water.
Oh, God.
Looked at you. I'm like, you get it. You know.
I was like, actually, I don't.
And then,
Yeah.
And then we teamed up. We shook tongues as from.
How did that feel for the first time you
I
shook
was
tongues?
so hesitant because he was like, "Yeah, this is going to be great," and he put his tongue out. I was like, "Oh, is that a thing that we do?"
What do you mean? Yeah.
I haven't always been like this. Actually, this is a fairly recent development for me.
What do you mean?
Oh, I was a mouse. I was a mouse folk.
Listen, are we shaking or are we not?
All right. I mean, how can I say no to that? And then I tongue shook him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Great. So that's how you kind of met each other in duos. How did the party come together?
Yeah, I think Marlowe would be looking for strong, able-bodied adventurers. Maybe I've heard of one of your previous quests together from Max and Croaks. So what's something that you guys may have done together?
Well, I was in Menivasha.
Hmm?
I was looking for Nisha. Maybe you heard about that.
Oh no! Tell me more,
Never mind,
Misha.
Never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, what kind of job do you think you two did before, like a quest or an adventure? What, like, how did you help like a town, or maybe solve the problem?
But I think I don't know. What were you doing at that bar? I mean, I'm on my way to get my eggs hatched, continue the family. Were you just looking for a cause at the time?
No, I was just trying to figure out how I was going to live in this new body, and it was all so new to me, and I didn't really have anywhere to go. I mean, I've been looking for my brother for years and years, but didn't have any leads, so I figured I'd just tag along with you now. Okay. So maybe we left the bar, we went to go drop off your eggs, and along the way we found some poor souls in need and helped them out.
Yeah. Here's what I'm picturing is like we were on a caravan, we're traveling, and we get ambushed by like some kind of evil hippogriffin or something. And luckily these two came along, fend them off with their powerful ops. I don't know what kind of character classes you got, but
Powerful. Ooh, let's pause for
Yeah, we
pizza.
gave them both a beer, and they were good to go.
These hops are too powerful.
Well, I think Kyle, Max is a guardian,
He is, yes, he is.
and Croaks is a wizard.
Mhm.
So I think we've got a good mix of kind of like,
Oh yeah, it's like
Good
we
combo.
needed like a tanky guy and a wizardry guy.
Yeah,
So we're like,
yeah.
oh perfect. We have 2 sorcerers, a wizard, and a tank. Perfect. We're like, okay, we got a buff frog and a magical frog who doesn't believe he's a frog or keeps
well,
telling
no,
you.
I know I'm a frog.
Oh, okay. Oh, you believe it? Okay.
Yeah. I have a mirror,
Oh,
which I can
okay.
see.
Okay. He's very self-aware. Good, good, good. I love that.
I'm just struggling with being in this body now because
Oh.
I wasn't always.
Oh, okay, okay. Good to know. Okay. Yeah, and thanks to your timely intervention, we were like, okay, we need some help, and we just lost a couple of our previous acquaintances.
It's a real shame. I know what that's like to lose someone. So, if there's any way we can help you,
Yeah, we're heading off to the Whitefire Arcanus with this package that we have to deliver. If you'd be so kind to assist us on this journey, we can definitely aid you on your egg journey and helping you find yourself or your brother, whichever it may be.
both now, yeah.
Right. I love that.
And so our ribbit friends shake tongues with the hands of Marlowe and Aara, and you all band together and take off in midday towards the Sablewood.
I'm glad we didn't have to shake tongues. My tongue wouldn't be long enough, sadly.
I could get in there.
Did we want to each go around and do like one connection question?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm going to ask, I think we just pick someone.
Would you like to share a past secret with me? Our past shared secret?
Why do we keep our shared past a secret?
Yeah. Why do we keep our shared past a secret? Yeah. Why do we not want the rest of the party to know we are so well acquainted with each other? I think at some point in our past, we colluded on a magical experiment that went wrong, creating some kind of homunculus can't control.
We created life
Huh?
where life shouldn't have existed.
We full metaled this.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Interesting part.
Yeah.
Created life.
Kyle.
You guys better watch out if they start asking for frog DNA. You gotta.
Hey.
Kyle or Max, why do you trust me so deeply?
Oh wow. You're the first one that I've come across that saw my eggs and understood.
I understand. Very much so. I see a frog who cares about deeply what's important.
That's all I've been looking for. Is someone who sees me.
I see.
All I'm
I believe we.
is Frog and Toad.
We have to stop eating these cookies.
Okay, so I think we like Shea. Why? I mean, I think I know the answer to this one, but just to use one of the questions I have here, why does Croaks feel like Max or he owes Max a favor?
Max was the first person that really listened when my predicament happened. Squeaks had actually tried to confide in some other people and then kind of shrugged it off. And kind of a you did this to yourself type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Max is really the first person who listened to me and understood and offered to help. So
Yeah. And let's maybe get one more connection question from Marlowe to answer.
Oh, okay. Hey, Marlowe, what weird hobby or strange fascination do we both share?
That we both share?
Oh.
Oh, okay. I think we both share like an unhealthy interest in marbles. Like we were like, oh yeah, we really like playing with like bags, and we do it at like the most awkward times. Okay.
Perfect.
Excellent. This is a beautiful adventure party. That about wraps it for our zero session, you guys. I think the next time you hear from us will be next week when we publish the one-shot. Awesome. Great. Thank you for joining us for a special zero session, and we'll catch you next week for Crash Course DM in Daggerheart, getting daggy with it.
Getting daggy with it.
What?
Pizza break.